Hey YouTube, it's me again. So this will be my last video of my how to be successful in college series. Yeah, last video. But yeah, I just wanted to make a quick review of what I said in the first so many videos. Um, I basically started off the series with the fact that everything will start to change for you because you're either 18, 19 years old, coming out of college, or sorry, coming out of high school, going to college in wherever college you end up going to. Um, it's going to be different. It's going to be different. You're going to meet a lot of new people who have stories from. Oh, I'm a veteran of the military. To I didn't want to go to college right away, so I worked for a few years to save up. To I just got out of high school and I'm going to college. That's and many more stories in between. So it's a great way to learn about yourself and figure out who you are as a human being and what your beliefs are. Um, College is where you will be tested to the maximum. Trust me, I've been tested a lot, and yeah, I know my story isn't even close to being done yet. Yeah, so when I was 18 years old coming out of high school, I was a punk. I would be I was so stupid at 18. I thought I did so well on my SATs and my ACTs. I was on various clubs, doing activities. I was doing so much in high school. I held over a 3.5 in high school. And then in college, I got my butt beat severely. Mainly because I thought that, whatever I did in college would transfer over to, or whatever I did in high school would transfer over to, whatever I did in high school, and would transfer over to be, whatever. What I'm trying to say is, whatever I learned in high school would transfer over to college, and I can become successful with doing the same exact work. Boy, was I wrong. Got my got my final grades back and end up getting and bunch of D's and C's and like F's and just like it was miserable. It was totally miserable. But at the end of the day, make sure you do what's best for you. Because at 18 you're technically an adult according to the federal government and the state. At least here in the US you're considered an adult at 18. I know various other countries like France, Germany, China, various countries in Africa and South America, and everybody will consider you different. Will consider you as an adult at various ages. But here in the U.S., you're an adult at 18. That's it. You don't have to ask your parents to do anything. Your parents are not legally your parents are not legally required to do anything for you at 18. Like, I'm dead serious. um, that's it. Your parents don't have to pay for your college tuition. They don't have to tell you that, oh, you can't do this or you can't do that at once you're like 18, 19. I'm not saying, and no saying that. Don't get me wrong. You should listen to your parents because obviously they're been through more things in life than you have as a human being. Makes sense. Um, I asked my parents for advice a lot. Yes, for a lot of things. For example, my freshman year in college, I went to a party, and I felt very uncomfortable with the amount of alcohol that was being provided. Yeah, I didn't call campus police or anything, but me as an 18-year-old, I was relatively smart. I wish I was smarter for now. Now looking back on myself, I wish I was really much more smarter. I wish I knew all the tricks and the trades and like the do's and the don'ts that I do now. I just wish I realize this earlier. That's also another thing you will have is regrets. You'll have the regrets that when you're like a senior like me in college, you'll have regrets saying, "Oh, if I did that, I could have done this better. If I did that, I wouldn't have to retake that class again." Stuff like that. And okay, one important thing that I highly suggest you do: talk to people in your major, especially those who are like seniors, juniors, especially sophomores in college, especially because if think about it, if they took all their subjects in your major, so think about it, if you don't know who to ask, you would turn to what, your classmates who are also on the same level as you? No, you would turn to people who are on the same major as you, who have been down the line, so you can figure out like, oh, this excuse me, this professor is not that good, so avoid this professor, or that professor is really good for this subject, and it basically they'll point you in a generally good direction, like on who to take, who not to take. Make sure that they're good, that you are good, and who knows, you might get some old tests or old quizzes or old projects from the professor and from that professor which you can use to learn from. For example, if you have, let's just say you're an econ major and you take Econ 101, and you have a friend who is in Econ 102 and has all the stuff for Econ 101 for the same professor, you can actually use those old exams and old quizzes and old projects to learn, to understand, to study, and make sure you as a human being can understand like what's going on in the class as a added bonus. Also, a good way to do this. Good way to be successful in college is to do your homework the day it's assigned. Don't wait till the last minute. Trust me. Maybe in high school you could have done that. You could have turned it in like 2 days late and still get 100% on it, or 3 weeks late and still get 100% on it. But in college, once it's late, it's late. That's it. You'll get points docked. You're gonna suffer. Your grades are just gonna suffer for that. And especially once you get into like your junior and senior years, especially your senior year, you're gonna have a lot of projects, and you have to basically prioritize when to do everything. So like right now, I'm a senior, and this semester alone, I'm taking 4 classes, 3 of which I have projects in, and they're all due within the next 2 weeks. So I can't say, oh, forget it, I'm just gonna pull it all night and just do the work last day. I could, but at the end of the day, it's just like, if I have so much time now, like, right now I don't have to, like, work on a project. My next project is due on Friday. So I can say, heck, I'm gonna go to sleep right now. But, then what? I have to pull an all-nighter, work on all the projects to get it done. Or I can do bits and pieces over time. So let's just say I have 2 weeks to do one project. Let's just say start to finish, and it's an easy project. Let's just say it's a good 10-page paper. Not that bad. And I have 10 days to do it. I will do a page a day, or at least 2 pages a day, so that I can knock it off in 5 days and have it corrected and make sure it's okay, instead of waiting until the night before it's due and then have to write a 10-page paper and end up getting a C on it, where instead of me actually finishing it early or well in advance and getting an A on it. I hope you guys understand where I'm going with this. Yeah, but other than that, if you just follow my tips and advice in my other videos, you should be good. That's it. College it's hard. I'm not going to even try and deny it's hard, because you have to learn 1 year of material in 1 semester. That's it. Imagine learning 1 year of like calculus or 1 year of history in high school in one semester. That's it's a lot of work, and there's the professors are not willing to, or not, may not be able to say, "Oh, I can't help you," or they may not be willing to help a student. But if you try your hardest and study and make sure you plan out every day, you will be successful. That's it. College is hard, but if you know the tricks and the trades and everything, you'll be fine. As long as you prioritize your views in your life over everybody else, you're good. That's it. That's what college is. That's the biggest secret to college. Prioritize time management and actually executing it. That's it. That's what college is. And college is a place to grow and make sure you're okay with everything. Instead of whining over, oh, I hate my life, I hate this subject. It's like, if you don't like it, change it yourself or change the stuff you're doing. That's it. Alright? So follow my tricks, follow my trades. You'll be good. You, as the viewer, will be good. Good. If you don't follow it and you do whatever you want, you may be successful too, but at the same time, that won't last at all. Okay? So, thank you for watching this series. I really appreciate it. Share with your friends, your family, everything. Keep up the good work, okay, guys? See ya.